I'm Nyla.
And I'm Emily.
And we're the Kitchen Twins. Today we are going to make crepes,
which are one of our favorites because a bunch of our cooking styles are, we love to cook French foods and Asian foods.
And the filling is going to be caramelized bananas and caramelized apples, which Emily will be.
So let us just tell you a little about ourselves. We live in Lawrenceville, New Jersey. It's the two of us as our twins, as the only kids in our family, our parents, and our two cats, Sapphire and Pearl.
We get our inspiration from our parents because they've always been around us for their healthy foods and their good ways of eating.
So while Lila gets started, I'll just tell you how we learned to cook. So she's just going to crack the eggs first. And you want to crack the eggs first. So if you get a shell in, you can see if it's in there or not. So we learned to cook from just being around our family. They own the healthy food business. We cook a lot, and so that just really started off our cooking.
So for the crepes, we're going to have 3 eggs, a cup of milk, a cup and a quarter of milk,
and 1 cup of flour.
It's fine.
And after we mix this, we're going to put it in the fridge for 20 to 30 minutes so we can thicken it. So we want to compete because we're so passionate about cooking and we want to win Chopped. Yay! We're so excited if we do get to compete. But really because we want to expand so people can know who we are. But it would be so much fun for us to compete. So yeah. So here, do you want me to give it? I'm fine.
And we get excited about cooking because it's our #1 passion. And we love the kitchen because there's so many different tools. It's like a drawing, or like a toolbox. There's so many different tools. But in the kitchen, it's kind of like that. There are so many different kitchen utensils.
Yeah.
So now we're going to put this in the fridge for 20 to 30 minutes to let it.
And I'm going to heat up the pan.
And so this is our batter, and we're going to give it to Emily.
So this is our crepe pan. We used our basting tool to just spread the butter around, and you can also do that with the crepe. So you usually take 2 to 3 tablespoons. I'm just going to take a little of this, and you like to pour it in the center. It's an easier way of mixing the batter around. The first one usually comes out a little messy and oily, but it just gets the pan started. And while Emily's cooking the crepes, and I'm going to start peeling the apples and cutting the fruit for these filling. I am starting to peel the apple for the crepes, which I'm then going to cut, and Emily is going to throw into the pan to get caramelizing. Another reason why we want to win Chopped is because it would be so fun for us to compete against other kids who also have a passion for cooking. And I think that having it on TV and showing everyone how much we love to cook would be really fun. And we really want to win Chopped. So, yeah. So now that I've peeled the apple, I'm going to cut it. And a tip when you're flipping your crepe is, and this goes for all things when you're doing dough, you wet your hands if you're kneading it, but wet your tool and just give it a little rinse off so it's not dripping water. But you just want to make sure, this just makes it a little less sticky. And I like loosening up the sides to see if it's ready. This one looks like it could be. I like just getting the sides up. It's really light. And you flip it over. And see, you can see that the butter sort of made it very greasy. But it's very, very good. Yeah.
Bye.
And now we are going to cut the banana. I like cutting the ends off first. That's why you don't get any of the brown stuff that's deeper inside of it. And then I like to do this. And then what you do is you take the end, you do this, and you can just peel the rest off. When we caramelize our bananas, we're going to add brown sugar because that will help the caramelizing, and we're also going to have a little regular sugar and cinnamon for the spice.
So our first crepe is done, and it looks really good. The sides are crisping up, so yay! We're just going to move the pans so we can use a bigger pan and not ruin the crepe pan. And some tips when you're cooking are keep your hair up so it doesn't get caught in the flame. And you want to make sure you don't have long sleeves on. Just one sec, Lai. Put a little butter on.
So we have our chopped banana and our chopped apple, which are then going to go into our crepe.
What are you doing
So
there?
we spread some butter, and with the butter we're going to add sugar so that they caramelize. So let me put these in here. And we've made caramelized bananas and caramelized apples many times before, and we think that if you add some sweet flavors with crepes and maybe just a dash of salt or something, you can get that sweet and salty flavor that you want.
So we're just going to add a little brown sugar on top. I like sprinkling it about so it goes nice and evenly and you get all the flavor on.
And I'll add the cinnamon.
And all of these flavors will combine, so you don't need to put a ton on.
Do girls like cooking together?
We love cooking together because we have a team.
And it's really fun to see what the other can do.
Yeah.
But it also would be fun to cook against each other, though it would be very competitive. These are starting to heat up a little. We'll just let them get a little brown. So now I'm just going to loosen it up and see if I can flip it.
And if we win this competition, it would be great because it would be really fun to write a blog about it, even if we don't win.
Yeah, because our blog is really homey and we just want people to see who we are and what we do.
What our love of cooking is.
Yeah. So these are crispening up.
And these are almost done also. Right before I finish it, I always like to add a little bit of sugar, a little more sugar. So I just sprinkle some on. And let that finish them off. And we always want the handle to be away because if it's over another open flame, say if it was over here while we were making the crepes, then it could get hot and you could burn yourself. So you always want it away.
We're so excited to win Chop. We just keep saying that because we really are. If we do get on, yay! So we have 2 crepes and the fillings coming.
And here's our filling.
So I'm putting it on mine and put it on yours. So The bananas and apples have shrunken, if you can see, because the heat has evaporated all the liquid out of them, or a lot of the liquid. But the butter and the sugar really moistens them up.
And now we put our filling in our crepes.
So I think I'm really good at folding crepes. I don't know if I can do this one. They're really small. I know the crepe pan's small, but all right. So let's see if I can do this.
So let me see. I'm gonna fold my sides like this, and then I'm going to fold this side.
Okay, that's the best I can do. Looks sort of like burrito. So let's try them.
Ready?
Right.
2 thumbs up.
Bye. We're so excited to win Chopped. Yay!